How's your day, man? How was your day today?
My day, bro, was pretty interesting. I had a very long day.
Same here, bro.
You know, very interesting. But just there's so many technical aspects of life.
Right.
Like all these little things that you have to make sure that you take care of. If not, you know, you can let them slide by. Right. But if you don't move up in life. So every day to me, I try to be 1% better every day.
Yeah.
So in a year, I could be 365% better.
No, I know, bien.
So every week I see progression. If I don't see progression, I reevaluate myself and see what I'm doing so I could edit that. So today being the end of the week.
Yeah.
It's finally Saturday. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
You know, that being said, you know, like I have a moment to finally reflect on my life and do what I got to do to get where I got to get, you know?
Yeah.
That's what's going on. That's how my week was. But it's much more in depth. That's how simply I can put it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
how
was your week, my brother?
I can relate to you on that. Look, I always like to say my week has been so fucked up. I know. I don't like that fucking thing. People saying, how was your day? Great! They probably got freaking duked and they probably went through some shit, you know, and you know what? I admire people that do that, you know, but I'm still haven't passed that phase. I'm going through a different teleport. I want to tell people, no, I'm fucked up, but guess what? I'm doing excellent. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? I just freaking found out that I have to pay like more than $20,000 in my taxes.
Whoa. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But I definitely had my accountant amends my taxes because there was something wrong. They did something wrong. They got to find out what it was.
Shit.
You know, that's why you pay. You have to spend money to make money. You know, I got to find out where was that mistake happened in my business, and then I could do my personal taxes, and then I could get a house. It's all connected, all interconnected. So one thing that I know that I can tell you that I can speak about because I went through it, I think that I'm a person that speak based on facts that happened through my life. I love watching Una Chocha Negra.
I know. We pick things up and put them down.
What's that?
His
guy?
Documentary on Netflix.
It's the best.
The best.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
No,
like,
I did too.
It's very,
and also,
very good.
What's his name? That he has like he has a burger joint. He's
Mr. Beast.
No, not him. Some other dude.
Mark Wahlberg.
That's him right there. My wife loves him.
He's awesome.
He's awesome too. And I like how he talks. But all those people, you know, like I like to hear their stories, but I really like to make my own story because, you know, they could touch people from their calibers. I want to touch people with my calibers that are around my area, local. You know, if you could touch somebody nationally, that's great, you know, but, you know, like people that walked your turf and are struggling too and stuff like that, like
the community,
that's where I like to like touch, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, so my week has been like that, you know, with my business has been very successful. I'm very happy, very fortunately, you know, not to talk about the first 10 years that I was walking in shit the whole entire time, but you know, it's turned around and it's flowing. It looks like it's flowing good, but you know, I have to fix all of my screw ups. And then, like, you know, I'm attacking it. I hired a company, spending thousands of dollars on it right now, and they're doing a great job. Shout out to those people. Can't put them on blast right now, but they're doing a great job. They sent me my portfolio for this month and put it on a graph, and I've seen where all my money went. All the money went here, and this is how much I spent. This is how much this, that, and the graph, and I'm like, You know, like I could have done that myself, but I never did.
Because you have to run the business.
Yeah. We have owner operator. I'm on there and all that stuff. So, there's a lot of stuff going on there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of money being spent right now. I'm investing in myself right now. And I don't like to let money predict my feeling. So for the first 10 years of my life, when I was running low on cash, I'll be very, very, let's just say depressed and stuff like that. And now, since I shifted everything. First, I was paying everybody, and then I was paying myself. And whatever chunk change was left was basically what was mine, scrap. So what I did was I switched it. I paid myself first. And when you pay yourself first and you see that there's people that you have to spend, you have to pay, you have to hustle more because, I got my money. I got to get them now. I got to get these people money. So, you got to hustle more. You got to be more on top of it. So that's what, when I switched that, man, everybody's good, man. My rent is being paid on time. There's food in the house, My wife is a hardworking woman. She works. She got her money too. I can't touch her money, but nah. We work together. We working hard.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're working hard, especially with this market and the house market and all that stuff. It's like, it's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? I so many people can relate to my situation as far as in like having, the money, the papers, everything, and on point to get the house. And then you have you go to 20 houses, you like 8 of them, and then they go over asking price, and you're thrown off, So that's my thing. But I've learned now that with the market, you have to take whatever house you can get that you really like and just you have to grind it out until the interest go down, and then you could refinance. So that's where we are right now. We're just building up right now to get to that point again. So yeah, my week is good.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. You said something very important there where you said that you're investing in yourself.
Yeah.
And it's very important to invest in yourself. Whoever you are, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
It is very important to educate yourself. Listening to books, but not only listening to them, applying what you learn. Because a lot of us know what we need to do, but we just don't do it. And we have the information in here.
For sure.
But we're not applying it. And that's the biggest mistake, because we have to take action just a little bit every day. 1% each day equals 365% better in a year.
For sure.
But you have to invest in yourself. I recommend audibles, listening to books that are actually going to bring value to your life. Don't listen to about the piggy who crossed the road or some bullshit story. Listen to books that are going to bring value to you, books that are going to open your mind, books that are going to say, hey, this is something I can relate to. There's a lot of books that can really help you become the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
It's not about changing. It's about evolving, because evolution is permanent. Change is temporary.
Boom. Mic drop.
So that being said, I admire you for the fact that, you said, okay, I got this going on, I got that going on, but you're a problem solver, a solution seeker. Yeah. So many people get so caught up on the problem.
Yeah.
They don't think about the solution.
Yep.
Let's find a way to solve this versus arguing about something that is totally unnecessary. Life is more simple if we actually took it a little bit smoother. Me being Dominican, where somos acelerado,
boom. You're right.
I had to learn how to slow down, because you don't always want to go fast.
Yeah. No. I definitely agree with you on that. Specifically, there's one thing I would like to talk about. When is the time to when you're in a situation, right? When let's say you have money in the bank account, right? And all of a sudden you have to spend money to get stuff, but you're not producing enough to to feed the bull, to keep living your life, because you see that your money's playing. You know, you gotta stop and think before you do anything. You know, and you have the money in your bank account, and you're about to indulge in the many things that you want to do. You know, whatever. You know, you want to take your family out. You want to, you know, buy stuff. You want to do whatever. You gotta reassess yourself, and you gotta like really like think about things. You know, yes, you got a credit card. You know, and you could put on your credit card, but you're not thinking about what's coming up ahead. You know, there's a semi truck coming full blast, it's headed straight to you,
and it's called life.
It's
a Big Mac truck, called life.
With all
life.
It's coming.
And for like the newcomers, for everybody who wants to go green, it's a big Tesla truck. Model Life.
It's coming.
It's always coming.
And it's actually like didn't just start. It's coming from the far, full blast speed. You keep freaking just like living a life that, you know, let's just call it Instagram life or whatever life. You know, those people that are doing it, congratulations, you know, great, keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? But there's people out there that can't do it, that are trying to do it. And then they just hit a brick road. And then when you hit the brick road, you know, guess what? The semi-truck is still coming at you, and it hits you straight up, and it fucking just knocks you out, you know? So, you know, everybody got to think about, reassess their life and reevaluate. Hit the reset button. Hit the fucking reset button, you know, reassess yourself and condition yourself. Like, you know, think about it. That didn't work out for you last time. You know, all right, do something else, you know, like for me, I think last week, me and my family went to the park, and we, you know, I bought on Amazon. I bought a tent, but
nice.
I bought a tent.
Is it like a beach tent or like a park tent?
Like a beach tent. And I bought this. I bought this beach towel. Put it on the floor. You know, it was really nice. You know, I had a great time. Only, you know, it didn't cost me nothing. I mean, you know, I still have the tent and stuff like that to put it up. Had a great freaking time with my kids playing t-ball. Nice. And you know, like, I could have, you know what I could have done? I could have taken my family to a restaurant and spent $300 and put it on my Amex, and then, you know, worry about it 25 days later. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I've done that, been doing that. It doesn't work out for me like that way. You know, you spend $300, and guess what? Tomorrow you have to do it all. You got to do something. You got to do something all over again. That whatever happened yesterday, that has nothing to do. It passed. You passed. You passed. You spent $300, but you passed that day. Tomorrow's a new day. So what? You're gonna spend another fucking $300? No. You know, if you don't spend the $300 and you find out, you know, these nice little things that you can do with your family, spend quality time. You don't spend nothing. You could do it anytime you want. You don't have to. You know, you passed without spending all that money.
Quality time is very important.
Yeah,
it's a key ingredient in
you know?
Any relationship, family. You have to be present. No matter how much you're hustling, no matter how much you're pushing forward, no matter what you're doing, you know, there has to be time for family.
Yeah.
You know, and there has to be time for self-reflection too. Because at moments, it's not all just about everyone else. Right. You also have to make time to reevaluate yourself as a human being. You know, you have to have time for yourself to be able to have some clarity of mind. And really know the joyfulness of what you want. Because everybody's looking for happiness. But happiness is temporary. It's not permanent. It's all about joyfulness.
That's true.
What is joyfulness? Being grateful that you're alive every day. Being grateful that you don't live somewhere where it could be worse. No matter where you live on this planet, it could be worse. We've been through evolution where people have murdered each other in society. Like, it used to be horrible. Today and day we have police, which keeps people in line.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for police, it'd be crazy. It'd be hunters and gatherers again. We would have no society. So
in order
to exist in society, you have to obey by the rules. And you know, but that doesn't always happen. You know, but there has to be that balance in life of like joyfulness. Once again, not happiness. Joyfulness is permanent. Happiness is temporary.
Right.
Happiness goes up and down. Not every moment of your life is going to be like,
right.
Mama Wana, oh my God. It can't be like that. It has to be moments also of struggle. You're designed to struggle.
Yeah.
You have to struggle in life because that's how you become better. That's how you become stronger.
You need that.
That's how you evolve. You need struggle, like as a human being. And I think a lot of people are so afraid of that. I'm speaking from experience because as younger, you know, I've struggled a lot with every single list of jobs that I've had. Like,
no, for sure.
And I've learned on each one.
Get in there?
But that being said, I embrace that struggle.
Oh, man.
Every time I was at a shitty job in the past, like I remember when I first was going to college, I had crappy jobs. I was like, I'm glad I'm going to school because I definitely don't want to work here for the rest of my life.
Right.
And then as soon as each level is a new level and you keep breaking levels to get better and better and better, to evolve to be the better you. But I've never stopped. Yeah. I've always been hungry. I've always asked the right questions or built the right relationships. Yeah. Giving respect to get it back is a key.
No, for sure.
You know, but some people are so inconvenient that they don't let themselves sprout to become better because they make themselves so inconvenient. You know what it is the human nature of not wanting to change. You have to be willing to change. It doesn't matter who you are. There has to be a better version of yourself. Each day you can do something a little bit better. You can smile a little bit more. You can do something better. You can treat someone else nicely. Life is all about connecting and being together. If you took out everything in life, take, for example, this show that was a while back called Last Man on Earth. Very underrated. Barely any people saw it. It was with Will Forte. It's a comedy. It's a good series. And he wakes up and he's the last man on Earth. And he's like, what the fuck happened? He's looking around. He sees that everywhere is empty. And at one point, he's like freaking out. But then he's like, this is awesome. He just goes out on Earth. He starts exploring the country. And then he starts getting, eventually with the years, lonely. And then he starts realizing what life is really about. And then he's at this point where he has all these Wilson balls, like Castaway the movie, where they're at the Castaway and he has the Wilson. He's like, Wilson, the ball. So he gets to the point where he has all these balls and he's talking to all these balls like it's a community meeting.
Jesus Christ.
Because he's so lonely.
Wow.
And then he goes, there's a spoiler alert. He goes to the point that he's going to kill himself. Oh, shit. And in the first episode, that's how it starts. He's about to kill himself. And right there, he sees another human. Wow. And I'll leave it at that. It's called The Last Man on Earth.
And
I'll leave it at that.
You can see it?
I don't know where you can see it. You can stream it probably. But it was a great show that was, I don't know if they continued it.
That's weird.
It was very underrated. Right. I don't know if it was canceled or where it's at, but that show,
I'll watch it.
It was very good, that first episode, because it demonstrates to you what life is all about. Life is about people. It's about connecting. Who are you when nobody's looking? Right. Because that's the true you.
Yeah, you said that before.
And then, you know, when you really look at things, some people want to identify by, I do this, I do that. I'm a scientist. I am this. Like, bro, like, that's not you. That's what you do for work. That's what you exchange your dollars for money so you can go pay bills. That's your job description. Right. That just means that you're really good at being told what to do. Right. And doing it right. That's all that means. That does not mean anything else.
No, you're right.
You can earn an honest living, not turning jobs down or anything, but you know, you also got to think about your progression in life and what you really want to do for yourself. So it is all about change. It is all about evolution. It is all about joyfulness, not happiness. Because that's what's going to have you fulfilled in life. Without that, you cannot have fulfillment.
I like that.
I truly believe that. I've been very fortunate that I've been able to travel and go to these mentorship events that really evolutionized and changed my mind. It helped me evolve my career. I came from nothing. I was raised by a single mother. You know, I've had a family that's very supportive and loving and has always been there. And we've always helped each other, of course, Dominican. And, you know, and I've also encountered American people that have become part of my family, too, that I love very much, that, you know, I'm very grateful for. They've helped me evolve to become the better self, but only because I've learned from them. I've kept what they've learned, and then I try to apply it in my own way. Sometimes you're not going to be able to apply it right away. Or sometimes I learned shit from people that they really loved me and they really wanted the best for me. And at the moment, I wasn't ready for it. Because when you're younger, your, you know, prefrontal cortex isn't developed. So you're a kid until you're 28. And once you're 28, you're a fully developed adult.
That's crazy,
So, you know, before that, you think you got it. And especially the newer generation, a lot of them think they got it, but they don't. They have no idea what hustle is. When I was younger, I had multiple jobs. I was working. I see the newer generation taking the time, they're chilling. They think they got it. They think they know everything because they got all this information in their hands.
Bro.
Let me tell you something. You don't. You got to get out there. You got to work. You got to go through struggle because that's what evolution is about. And I want you to touch upon that subject, please.
Well, I mean, you know, I do, like, you know, I have like about 7 associates working with me. They're all young. You know, one of them is my stepdaughter. She's freaking awesome. Her mom did a great job with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but, you know, like any kid that you have, you know, or anybody, when you hear them talk, sometimes they try to make sense with no sense. And then he's like, what? Well, you know? No comment. I'm not going to get into that one. But, you know, what I tell my associates is, listen, when they mess up, you know what I tell them? I'll tell you what I tell them. I tell them, look, I know this is a shitty job. You're not going to stay here for a long time. Let me tell you something. But when you're here, you know, just do your best. And I just want you to just be that much better of a person when you leave my store. You know, yeah, you just fucked up $400. You know, I could have made $400, but what am I going to do about that? I tell them straight up. I catch them fall and I'm like, oh, come on, guys. Come on, do better than that, man. You know, pay attention to the detail. You know, the small stuff is what counts. What are you doing? Come on. And then, you know, I don't deduct it out of their check or anything like that. Like, you know, sometimes they call out 30 when they're 30 minutes late, they call out after. I'm like, really? What? You know, I'm like, oh, I'm calling other people and to get the shift, and they're calling out, and then I'm like, guess what? I gotta put my big boy pants on and head to the front and make sure that the store has coverage. But you know, these new cats, they're very insensitive to what they're saying. They don't even feel what they're saying. They don't know that they're hurting somebody else with their words. And you know, our job as adults, and you know, people that people that care about society, is that we have to educate those people. It's our job to correct them and not to make fun of them and to make them feel that it's okay to mess up. Because if you act like you're top shit, you're just gonna look like an arrogant ass. You're gonna look like a sorry ass. And you know what? Most of them don't even know because they're so stubborn. And they don't even know what they're doing. You want to take a video and put it on social media. Next thing you know, you're lowering down the self-esteem of this person. You know, like, you know, so yeah, it's okay to mess up. And it doesn't matter how big you mess up. It's how much you want to take. But, you know, as long as you're teaching this person and put them, you know, right on blast and tell them, hey, look, this is not, you're not supposed to be doing this like this. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, how you go ahead and tell, you know, I tell one of my guys just said, he called out. He didn't call out. He comes in at 12. It was 12:10. I was like, hey, where you at? He's like, oh, my car's messed up. Well, you should have told me that your car was messed up. Oh, I didn't know, but I'm going to get this fixed. Okay, fine. All right, no problem. And you're going to come right back? Yeah, sure. All right, fine, no problem. So he said, I text him back, hey, what time are you going to get here? He says, I'm going to get here as soon as it gets fixed. I'm like, I need a time. I'm running an operation here, and I need to know if you're going to come. Just say yes or no, you know? And then he's like, no, I can't make it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow. You know, like, and then I moved on, you know, but... You know,
respect other people's business.
You know?
Respect other people's business. Whoever you are out there, you have to understand people are running an operation. When it comes to work, I'm a very serious person. I do not play with my work. Yeah. Everybody in my family knows religiously that when I'm working, I'm working.
Yeah.
Like, I am busy. Like, I am not available unless it's an emergency. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
On my break, we could talk. If you have a quick emergency, you could call me. I'm always here for you. Yeah. But when it comes to work, I have to. This is my work time.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to my freedom time, my free time when I can do whatever I want to do, that's when I spend time with my family. I take time for my health, my mental health.
Yeah.
Enjoying myself.
Yeah.
Having great friends like you.
Nah, for sure. Same here, vice versa. It's not just one way. It's a two-way thing here going on.
You know, like, respect other people's business when you work for someone. I always did that. Yeah. And always give more than what you are receiving.
But I think that a lot of people don't.
Because if you do that, that helps you become a better person, because everything that you do, no matter where you are, you should be the best wherever you are. Right. The best version of yourself. You shouldn't be looking at the sides. You should be looking at yourself from yesterday. How can I be better from yesterday? How can I do that? And it's good to fuck up. Fuck up. Yeah. Learn. Bro, that's how you learn. You fail. So many people want to be number one because in school you're taught, hey, you're competing with everybody. Everybody's like, oh, you're going to do sports? And what sport? Who's number one? So, like, all that, it's all a competition. Don't get caught up in that bullshit competition game. The competition is you versus yesterday. That's where you should be competitive.
You versus yourself.
You versus yourself. And then be in the creative state of mind. Because those are the people who sprout and create and become big people and actually change the world. You know what I mean? What value are you bringing to the world?
I like
you know what I mean? In that aspect, there should always be respect to wherever you work. You can't make it, let them know, hey, I can't make it today. This happened. Not a problem. You move on. And move on to better things. It's just communication. Today and day, people don't know how to communicate. You know how many people I call and I hit them up and, you know, like my very little time that I have to call you. Hey, what's up? Like, to call you and speak to you and actually connect with you, like, as a human being. No one picks up the phone for the most part. A lot of people.
Right.
And they'll text me back in a little bit. Okay, if you're working, not a problem. I understand.
Right.
I respect that. If you're busy, it's okay. Just call me back when you have a chance.
Right.
You don't have to start a conversation texting. Because you could be like, hey, is everything okay? I'm going to call. Or let me know, hey, I'm going to call you back. Just call me back. Because I guarantee you, when we connect and we hear each other's voices, we remember those moments we hung out. You're one of the only people I respect, because you're one of the only people. I have a list of people that I know who picks up the phone. So I mainly only call who picks up the phone. So
nah, bro. Because I'm gonna wait till you're done. Because I'm gonna say something.
Everybody wants a text message, and text is great, but text could be it could be misinterpreted. Because I could read it a certain way.
Right.
You could be like, cool, I'll be there later. I could read it like, cool, I'll be there later. What the fuck with this guy's attitude? So text has so many ways to be interpreted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it is much better when you speak to someone. That human connection. Plus, we're only here for a short amount of time. Everybody thinks we're going to live forever.
Yeah.
Most of the people I have met and know, they think they're going to live forever.
Yeah, no.
And you all take for granted everybody that's around you. I don't take for granted anybody who's around me. I thank God every day for everybody that I have in my life. Why? Because if you take for granted the people that are there, the day that person is gone, you're going to be the one crying in the funeral. Meanwhile, you didn't pick up my phone call and you were texting me versus picking up my phone call. You were mad at me over some stupid shit versus being cool with me. You know, like, don't get mad at people. Stop wasting your time. Get along. figure it out. Be solution seekers. That's the way you move forward.
Yo, bro.
Destruction leads to more destruction. It's nature. It's history is an example. It's like history is a beautiful story on how we have fucked up and how we can make it better.
Right. Great empires.
That's how we are as humans. What was the first step? You stepped and fell. Yeah. And then you got back up. Yeah. And then you stepped and fell until eventually you don't fall. And now you fall very rarely. You still gonna fall. From here until the day you're 100, you're gonna trip.
I'm gonna put this on the podcast. I'm not afraid.
He's given permission. Okay, go right ahead.
You. Oh.
I want this to also be somewhere where people can also express their true feelings. Like, we're regular people that are entrepreneurs that are moving forward in life, that are really, really, really working and really have put in a lot of dedication to investing in ourselves. Yeah. We're here to share the way we feel and connect with everybody. Not for the money, not for the views. It's all about sharing the story because, hey, if you could take something like Miguel has said and that could better your life. Yeah. That's what matters because we're here to share and learn from each other. Yeah. Nobody knows everything. And you're never going to know everything. You're always going to figure it out as you go. Facts. That's life. No matter what you do. Yeah. As long as you have the dedication and the hunger to grow and be better. Yes. Nothing can get in your way. But you have to be in the creative state of mind. The competition is you versus you from yesterday. Ooh. Just please tattoo that on your forehead. That way you look at yourself in the mirror. Please look at yourself in the mirror and reevaluate to be the best you. Because the world has a lot of good people. And a lot of good people who are lost too. Oh, man. And I want to help everybody. I'm nobody to judge. I ain't perfect. I'm speaking from experience because these are all lessons that I have lived to be better, to grow.
Let me tell you something. I think, first of all, well said. Thank you for giving everybody that was a speech. And you know what the best part about it is? We can rewind and we hear it again. That's the best part about this. This is why it's good this format is great. This platform is fucking awesome.
It's a conversation, guys, and here we just throw in topics so we could all connect.
Yo. But I want to tell you a couple of things. Like the people that are lost, man, there's gotta be people in this world where they were so great and then like they dealt with people that like brought them down and they couldn't recuperate themselves back up again and they just let the freaking stress just eat them up alive. There's gotta be people that we know, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them is my sister. She is and she was like awesome. Like when she was young, she was really great. She was, normal and everything, and she still is normal, but she's just like been on some like she just went through a deep depression and never came back from it. You know what I'm saying? And, our family takes it, and we take it in and we realize, okay, wait, she's not the same as she was. So let's just, take it easy, but it took us a long time to get to that point, and that's why, mental health is so important because I feel that every single human being is always at a point, maybe 2 degrees to the left or the right, or I don't know where, what, how, but we are always at a point where we could get crushed. We're very fragile creatures, man. Human beings, we're very fragile. So, to be cautious of others and to be respectful, to know how to handle people and find where the leak is and try to give them the hand if you can find where the leak is. If not, then step back, and just be courteous. You just don't know what people has been going through. It's a big thing for me when I'm dealing with the public or anybody. It's hard because sometimes you are hit face first with the situation. If you don't catch it right away, you miss out on it and then you get sucked into the freaking problem. But if you actually catch it before it gets right to your soul, you have a choice. you have the choice. You stopped it, and you could figure out what you could do with this problem. But if you're not ready for it, it'll go right past you, and you become part of the problem. That's a whole different conversation. I don't want to get involved with that right now. But if if you want to get into the schematics, we can get into it. We can get into it, But I definitely appreciate this platform. I keep on saying it today because I started realizing, I started looking at like some of the episodes that we have, and it's not a lot, but you know what? It just, to see that we were speaking purely about what we were talking about without no hesitation. It's something beautiful about it that you can actually use it as material.
This is therapy.
It
should really be called Real People Therapy.
Yeah, no, man. It's something else in there, bro.
That's the new name of the show, Real People Therapy. Hey, welcome back.
Hey, Steve. Thank you for having me.
Hey, John, pass me that cup of water back there. Make sure it has sparkles in it.
Hey, why is John not Jose? Let me stop.
Because Jose's in the fucking kitchen.
Got it. Copy that.
Sorry, that's the last generation. My name's Jose, so I can make fun of him, It was always a struggle for me because it's so weird. In English, people say Jose.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Spanish, it's Jose Ariel.
Jose Ariel, yeah.
So, like, whenever I tell that to people who don't know Spanish, they're like, oh, yeah, I like the second version, but then they can't pronounce it.
How they say, like, what?
Jose Ariel.
That's funny.
But, Jose Ariel, so in English, I'm stuck with Jose, but it's fine. It is what it is.
Yo,
my brother, cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Salud.
To life, man.
To life, man.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's always going to make sense.
It's good.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't touched that Mama Juana since,
Yeah?
since the last time we saw each other.
Bro.
By the way, we only get to record every couple weeks because we're living busy lives.
Yeah, for sure.
We're doing our thing. Like, we're people with families. We're people with goals and dreams. Doing what we got to do.
For sure, man.
So this isn't every time. This is a moment. And then it goes into the editing process, that's the long process for those that don't know. And each learning curve we've learned. The first episode we were recording with 5 microphones. By accident. It wasn't on purpose.
Hey.
All the cameras, everything was so many lessons throughout. But that's part of it. We launch ourselves. So many people, you cannot start a podcast and then be like, oh, it's Hollywood quality. Like,
whoa,
DiCaprio, boom. Like, bro, stop. That's not real life.
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to learn and be better. Oh, snap. Why was this doing? Why did the computer shut off? Why did the microphone shut off?
The microphone.
What's going on with the audio? What's going on with this camera? Like all these other things that we started learning. Oh snap! In the editing process, we can't use green screen. We were using green screen for the first couple. And behind me, for those alert surprise, I was using green screen in the back. Nothing wrong with that. We're just trying to set a different vibe, a different background. I like this background better now. Looks more professional. Yeah. Feel more comfortable.
Not for sure.
But like everything's a learning curve. It's an evolution. I'm not afraid to share this because when you share your opinion, you are you. There is only one of you.
Yeah.
There will only exist one of you.
For sure.
There will never be anybody like you.
No.
There's that scientific fact that there's 7 people exactly like you, including yourself.
No way.
Yeah, it's called like something, it has a name, like something quadruplet or something like that. So like there's 7 people on Earth that look exactly like you. Well, there's 6. With you included, there's 7 of you.
Get the hell out of here.
And you look exactly alike physically. Like you look very alike. Not perfect to the T, but
I meant like 2 of those.
Like you would look all.
I meant 2 of those 6.
You met 2 of those?
Yeah.
That's pretty creep. Somebody showed me a picture of someone that looked just like me. And I was like, dude, what the hell? That guy looks like my lost brother. Like, no joke.
I saw.
Creepy.
No.
It's crazy.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy. You know what's crazy? One of my associates, he doesn't work for me right now. Great fucking guy. Great guy. This girl came. She came to my store. No, we saw her on social media. Looked just like my boy. But she was wearing a purse. She had long hair, but her face was just like.
So she had a face swap.
Yeah,
The app.
and we was just like, oh,
you guys are
hell no.
confused.
I mean, like to think about like all the things that you could do to a woman, right? And then you see your friend, and you see his face. Imagine she does the dirty Sanchez.
That's horrible.
Oh, yo, I'm like, nah. You know? Yeah, we gotta cut that out. I swear to you, she was wearing a dress and everything, and her face was just like my fucking friend. And I'm like, no. Yeah, it's true. I can make the phone call right now and put.
They did the face swap though, right? That's what it was.
What face swap? No,
His girl looks like
No, it was a random girl that that my friend followed on social media.
Oh, okay.
And saw her, and we were just like, yo, she looks like Wilkins. Yo, holy shit.
Sorry, Wilkins. I don't know who you are, bro, but that's
Shit,
funny.
I mentioned the name. But yeah, it's already out there. You know, yeah.
Have you ever seen couples that look like each other? That's creepy.
I think people start looking like each other after a while.
It's pretty creepy. Like, I seen couples that look like each other. That's kind of weird. Like, they look like siblings, and then they kiss. I'm like, ew.
You know, I'm going to take it a step further. Have you seen people that start looking like their cars?
Yeah. Or like their dog. The dog looks like the
like,
person.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
It's crazy.
See, that's why things or other people that we surround ourselves with are a reflection of yourself.
For sure.
That's why what Dominican moms always say.
What?
Dime con quién anda y te diré quién tú eres.
Yep.
Like Dominican moms always say that shit.
Oh my God.
Dime con quién andas y te diré quién tú eres.
Yep.
Es bien, eso es 100%. Porque ¿qué pasa? Tú no puedes andar con un psicópata. Y tú estás una persona que está haciendo la cosa bien en la vida. Esa persona is an anchor.
Oye,
¿Y qué es un anchor? What's an anchor? You know what's gonna happen?
Eso.
Hay coritos y grupos que tienen esta gente que son anchor. Bro, it's crazy. Mientras más yo veo, más aprendo y más veo y más aprendo y más veo y más vivo. Yo soy una persona que doy mucho amor. I give too much love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I see who fucks that up.
Right.
And once you fuck it up, you go to my shit list.
Yeah.
Now you're on the I gave love to you. Now I'm not gonna stop loving you.
Right.
But my love is not gonna be the same because I'm gonna watch out for you because you showed me red flags.
Yo, what about this person? You grew up with this person.
Yeah, especially families. Huh? I'm sorry.
No,
not every family is perfect. My family's really good for most families out there. Families that have horrible things happening. You know, I have a lot of loving family members, but nobody's perfect. And there's always a few. There's always somebody.
I had some dude, bro, if I can talk, you know.
Of course you can.
I had a freaking dude that I love. We hang out. Had a great time. He's been there for multiple of my relationships, and I kept him as a friend. When you hang out with the dude, that dude is fucking like the best of the best. Like 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? And I started seeing like a lot of changes in him, and I was going through my changes too. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like, you know, when I was single, I was a bachelor, you know, just in the game, you know what I'm saying? Like changing every time, you know, women, whatever, you know, just having a great time. And I'm already, like I found my woman. And you know what? It was because of him. One time he invited me, boom, I found my woman. And I said
God
to myself,
bless.
I don't want to meet any women this guy brings along. But it was a destiny. I was like, shit, this is the one right here. I knew she was my woman, bro. She's my woman today. He's still doing his thing out there. I haven't heard from him in years now. But as soon as I let him go, my life started, shaping up to where I need to be. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I told him straight up in his freaking face. I was like, yo, you ain't doing nothing right now with your life. And you dragging me, and I can't be around you right now, bro. Get your shit together, bro, because come on. What are you doing, bro? I can't be around you right now, bro. I told him straight in the face. There's no one else that I could tell. I had to tell him, now, and I hope he's doing good right now. I haven't seen him, but
You're a true friend.
You know what I'm saying?
Because a real friend tells you the truth in your face.
That shit hurt me,
a
bro.
real friend tells you what you don't want to hear. Because everybody that's not a real friend is going to tell you what you want to hear.
Thank you for getting me out of that fucking hole. Because
let me tell you something. I'm grateful. I'll give a shout out to Christian right now. Because Christian's one of my friends.
My man, Chris.
One of my brothers. And Fabio, that's one of my boys. Bro, my cousin Trudy. They're people that these guys, man, Angel's like, I love him. Like, bro, like, they're always people that tell you what you need to hear, not people that tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And I love that, the realness, the trueness, the openness. That's very important. You got to find people like that. Like, yo, bro, you're lucky if you could find 5 good people in your life. If you got 10, you're very lucky. I am fortunate to say that I got like around 10 good people in my life.
Yeah.
That no millionaire can buy this. That no billionaire can buy this. That I got 10 good people around me that I love, and that we love each other like family, friends, people who become family. Your family. Yeah. We started as friends, but you're family.
For sure.
Like, very few people have an honest, genuine heart and want the better for everybody else.
You got 10?
You gotta be.
I only got like 3.
No, I'm saying like out of 10, at least I got that. There's 10 loving people that are good. Out of those 10, I'd say, it's much compact.
I see what you mean.
Where my closest circle is much more compact.
Right.
Your closest circle is always gonna be a very small circle. There's only gonna be a few people there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there are going to be other people. There's layers to things. You know what I mean? When you see a celebrity, why do you think that celebrity is now with his whole family? A lot of people would be like, oh, if I was rich, I'd have my cousin there, my brother, this and that. No, you wouldn't. Everybody's living their own life. Everybody's doing what they got to do to get what they want to be.
Facts.
And in order to align your lives is very difficult. Even if you were twins and born at the same time, you're still going to live different lives.
Right.
Even if you live in the same house, you're going to have different personalities, different lives, different experiences, even if you're twins. It's just that every person is very unique and every person is living their own life. So you got to focus on you versus you from yesterday. That's it. La verdad. And what you did there, I admire that.
Yeah. Because
somebody I didn't mention, which is a really good friend of mine named Waker, that is one of the realest people I know. That guy will tell you the truth to your face. And there's so many times that we've helped each other in life and we've talked to each other and, as friends and everything. And so many times that he told me the truth. And I reevaluated myself and I became better. I took his truth and made it better. Now, the truth, not everybody can handle it. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. Well, the truth's going to hurt. It's just like struggle. Life is full of suffering and pain. That's one thing Gothic kids got straight. Life is about suffering and pain, but it's also about joyfulness and enjoying it. Enjoying this.
No, for sure.
You live on a blue ball that floats in space around a ball of fire, and you have this on the blue ball. Come on. Like, we're so caught in society, in community, in work, and this and that, and go, 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 go. We're in New York. Go, 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 go. Stop, go, go, go. Why are you going?
Where?
Go faster, go faster. No. You don't have to go fast all the time. You take your time. Sometimes you got to stop. Watch the waves crash. Smell the roses.
So
Stop
true.
and smell the roses is one of the most underrated, corniest sayings. Stop and smell the roses.
You know what I want to go right now? If we could go to 108 and get a fucking chimney from fucking Queens.
Oh, by the way, for those that are in the city and in Long Island, like versus Long Island, those are who are in the city versus Long Island, like here in Long Island, we make like road trips to New York City in the past. Not anymore, I guess, but in the past, we used to go to Queens or go to the Bronx or go to Washington Heights just to get a chimi. And what is a chimi? What's a chimi? It's a Dominican hamburger or a chicken sandwich.
It's a chicken sandwich.
It's like a steak sandwich or a chicken sandwich, depending on what you get, and it's delicious. It has this.
But you know what's taking over though?
Amazing.
Taking over is the freaking Colombian fucking truck, the food
really?
truck that they have on Roosevelt in Florida, Queens. What? Is it good? You haven't been there. I heard it in your voice, my man. I have to take you there.
We gotta go there.
Dude is fucking awesome, bro. Every time it's
consistent.
It never fails.
I love a business that's consistent. Because some businesses are good and then they're not consistent.
Nope.
What's consistency? Keeping that service at the right date, at the right time. The same, you know? Hay lugares que tú vas and like the food's good, but then you go back and the food's not good. Miguel, I want to thank you, bro. I want to thank you for participating here, always, being here because, this show is as much as yours as it is mine, man. This is our show.
I have to thank you, only because, imagínate, I got the easy part. All I got to do is take a shower and come in here clean, smelling good. But my boy over here, you're the one who's putting in that hard work. You got to have the cameras on and everything. It takes you like at least 45 minutes to set up. And then that's one thing. Then you do the fucking editing and all that stuff, which I admire that. And, it just gives me I'm the one has to be grateful for what you do for this to even happen.
But this is it. Together we're a team. Thank you, man.
No, thank you, bro. You know what? It's like you put your best foot forward, and you do a lot. You do a lot for this show or podcast to happen. And the least that I can do, the freaking very least that I can do is to be faithful, truthful, to be very cautious of my friendship with you, to make sure that I cross those paths and I never sidestep or like backstab you or something like that. My job is to always be, and that's how I am with a lot of people. I want to be, I treat people like they're never gonna do something to me, and if they do, guess what? You cut off. Fuck you, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? But I know my role here, and my role here is just to be faithful, truthful, and to be somebody here for you and to support you, brother.
Thank you, my brother.
That's all I gotta say.
Thank you for being
here. You know
here.
what I'm saying? Like, I can't say much. And you know what? That doesn't cost money. Maybe
it's vice versa. It goes the same way with you, man.
It doesn't cost money. It's just, it's just like, okay, everything else
Life's about people.
Yeah.
Life is about people. And the most important thing is about valuing the people that are around you. I value you.
Yeah.
You value me as a brother. Like, bro, those are things that we empower each other.
Yeah.
Because life isn't all perfect. We go through struggles, we go through ups and downs, and then we help each other through those ups and downs. There's so many times that I probably couldn't relate to your work, and you still explained to me situations, and then we spoke, and I helped you get a better perspective.
Yeah.
And there's so many times that you have mentored me because you've been a mentor in my life, and that's why as an entrepreneur, I admire you as a super entrepreneur because you've been such a mentor to me.
But I can't say.
But that's how we help each other. We're all mentors to each other.
I can't say that without, throwing it right back at you though. Yeah, okay, thank you for that. But you just as well help me out too. It doesn't matter how successful somebody is. I feel that I just feel like it just matters on what level of like planet
Mindset.
Earth you're in. Your planet.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful. Planet
what I'm saying?
Earth. What level of planet Earth are you
You know what
on?
I'm saying? What level? What level?
What's the level?
We're all in planet Earth, but what level are you, bro?
I love that.
I'll check you. Check me. I'll check you. We're here.
We have to cherish each other's
Yeah,
relationships.
bro.
I love how you describe that, how you make sure you take care of that we respect each other, that you never have inconvenience with each other. These are topics that even best friends never talk about.
100%.
And and like we gotta always keep ourselves on check because yes, it's great to be real, it's great to be good, but it's also good to also know your boundaries, respect each other, love each other, but also like do something that's not gonna hurt someone else. Because that's something too. That's why I always say look at yourself in the mirror, because so many people that question themselves.
Yeah.
That why is this not going on? Why are like these kind of people not around them? They're not realizing that it's not them, it's you. And it's because of your behavior and whatever you do, you're creating stigma. You might be best friends when you're together, but as soon as you get around a certain circle or a certain kind of people or people who are cool or seem to be cool, whatever preference that it is, what occurs is that you're now creating stigma. You're creating a weird vibe with your other friend. I can tell you that I have experienced that so many times in the past when I was much younger, the stigma of people that switch on me. As soon as they're around someone else, they're not themselves. And bro, never be like that, because I always tend to be, I've said this multiple times and I will continue to say this like a broken radio. Who are you when no one's looking?
You said that multiple times.
And that's who I try to be when nobody is looking. Yeah. That's who I try to be here.
Yeah.
That's why I created this.
Yeah.
That's why then you came along. We created this.
Bro, honestly,
now we're creating this together.
I'm just that dude that happened to meet you, and you had this setup, and you was just like, yo. You want to join? You want to do something? Let's do this podcast thing. And you know what? Like,
well, we've known each other for years. I just didn't meet you, and then we said, let's record.
No. Right. Well, that's what it seemed like, right?
For those that don't know, because that's what it seems like, but...
yeah.
Like a good...
I mean,
bro,
like,
it's been a while,
it's
bro.
crazy.
Like 7 years now.
Whoa, no! Stop it. Whoa, I got the chills.
No, 6.
Whoa, bro, yes.
6 years, bro. It's going on 7 years.
But you know what?
6 years of bro shit.
Yo. No. Oh, my God. No.
That's a long time. Damn.
Whoa. No, wait. Whoa. Wow. You know what it is? It's just that, like, we always treated each other from the first day we met in the not-so-cool car. We treated ourselves with like, whoa, dude, like this dude is cool. I'll fuck with this dude. This guy is awesome. And we just like kept in contact.
Likewise, man.
And it was just like a snowball effect. Like it was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The snowball is a metaphor of like the love that it was just getting bigger and bigger. And yo, this guy just out of nowhere, boop, he filled in the slot of a brotherhood, and I never want to take that away. You know what I'm saying? Like I always want to keep it like that. You make it bigger. No hate. No. Que esa palabra envidia. Nada de esa vaina. Sino es como cariño, amor. Y si uno está sintiéndose mal, yo, what are you doing, bro? You good? And if I say I'm good, he's like, all right, bro, no problem. Let me know, man. I'll hit you up tomorrow. See what's going on. Guess what? He's gonna follow up. You follow up.
Follow up.
I follow up. You follow up.
Always.
We make sure we check. I check people.
Follow up.
I check people.
I just fucked up recently, not following up. I'll tell you, hey, this is how we grow.
Yeah.
There was someone that works with me that told me that their father was sick.
Damn.
And when I heard that, I was like, damn, man. I know that feeling because I lost my grandmother, she was like a mother to me. She was a second mother to me.
Wow.
And I lost her when I was at a very young age. Some people haven't experienced death, and death is something that reminds you that you're alive. Because we're just people who are going to die.
Right.
From the moment you're born, you're dying. So, you have to... This is something, I guess, because I've seen so much death in my life, and the younger part of my life, where I've lost my grandfathers, I lost my grandmothers, I lost a lot of close people to me that I love. My cousin Omar, God rest his soul. I lost people that were young.
May he rest in peace.
People that gave so much love. All of them. And, I learned that from a young age, that don't take your life for granted. Like, this is why you got to pick up that phone call. This is why you got to communicate with people that you really love. And you got to be the best version of yourself. Are you truly sharing the best version of yourself? And bro, something with you explaining that's crazy. You and I know each other for 6 years now, and we've never had an inconvenient time. We've always gotten along.
We've had inconvenient times on our personal agenda, and we spoke about it, but we never had
between each other.
We never had
towards each other or anything.
No, because
actually, until now that you mentioned it, is that I realized that I'm like, oh wow, and that, bro, I cherish that. This is why I've always had so much respect. Why? Because we communicate.
Yeah, but you know what?
Communication is the key.
But you always had, and like you always say, who you are when nobody's looking, right? When we were always, there's been multiple times that we've been away from our women, and we've been very cautious on how to approach certain things. And you actually are a very strong-minded person, and I admire that. That's one thing that I've learned from you. When we were, at that time when we were where we were, you were very cautious, and you was like, yo, I love my woman. You know what I'm saying? And, it's okay. Whatever they do, they do, but I know what I'm doing. I'm here. I'm chilling. And I was like, whoa, bro, I respect that. That shit captivated me when here on the podcast, I'm letting you know one thing that I actually admired. I was like, this guy's fucking cool. Besides the long conversation we had driving, but that's one thing that you were focus driven. And I was like, yo, this fucking dude inside my head is young as hell, younger than me, thinking like me on how I should, what is it in a relationship you should do. Just because you can, that doesn't mean you should. But if you do, just know you're fucked up. And one or the other, it'll come out, and the next thing you know, you're fucked. But if you want to, bring those skeletons to your grave, so be it. Go through the struggle yourself, But that's one thing I learned from you, bro. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
You have a strong mind. You've been through a lot of things. I guess before you even met your woman, to be that strong-minded person. Can you elaborate on that? What got you to that point where you can actually make those decisions, knowing that you don't have nothing to stop you, and you can get away with it? What talk to me about that. What makes you so focused like that to not do that?
I think it should all start with a little bit of background. A little bit of background on me. I was born in New York City in Washington Heights. When I was 2 months, my family moved to DR.
Wow.
My dad was a bodega owner. He was hardworking. And he was very focused on his business with his brothers. And eventually they sold the business and they left to DR. I was in DR until I was 2 years old. So I have memories, oddly, weirdly. I can remember DR when I was a kid.
At 2?
Before 2, I have like flashes. It's really weird. I remember going to the river.
Get out of here.
Trees.
That's where you learned how to swim?
Well, I learned how to swim when I was very young, but I was there until I was 2. But I remember I have flashes of it. It's really weird. Those are only some people remember, and I actually have vivid memories of my childhood. It's really weird.
That's
those
crazy.
Little flashes. Then my family came here. My mother then raised us as a single mother. My stepfather came into my life. My father was always in my life, which I love him very much. He's an amazing person. He looks like Robert Downey Jr., but the Dominican version.
Get out of here.
Yeah, the light-skinned Dominican version of Robert Downey Jr.
He got the
It's
cheeks?
my pops. Yeah, like he got the face and the goatee and everything. It's great. But like, you know, he was always in my life. But like my stepfather, he was a businessman and he was a professional mechanic here. And
You reminded me of like Rich Dad Poor Dad type of thing.
kind of that.
What the heck?
I had the Dominican version of that. So when I read that book, I became fascinated.
That's
with it.
crazy.
So shout out to Rich Dad Poor Dad, because I kind of experienced that. You know, my dad came from business, but then I had
I
my
get it.
stepfather that I was being raised by. So it's very different when you live in the same household. When someone who's a business
Right.
owner, and the business was right next to the house here in Long
Oh,
Island.
great.
So he was always there. And when I got home from school as a kid, when I was like 6 years old, my job was to do my homework. And once I was done to my homework, I had to go to the shop and help him as.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so he'd be like, hey. So he taught me a lot of work ethic, but he never paid me. He spoiled me with experiences. And that's something that I loved about him. Because he would be like, okay, you're not doing anything. You're a
Is
kid.
this your dad or your...
My stepfather.
Wow.
So my stepfather, José Romero, que lo amo y lo quiero mucho, siempre va a ser un segundo papá. He was very like with work, like get things done. Because some people want to be busy and they think that, oh, I'm busy. And they think that that's good. No, it's not good. Are you being productive? Because you could be less busy and more productive. Because you're busy to get an end result. So be less busy to get a result, the same result. So you can have time for life.
Got it.
Squeeze in life and things. Take a moment to hang out with your friend. Take a moment to have a beer. Take a moment to connect with someone you haven't connected in a long time. So, you know, with Jose Romero, he was always like work, but when it came to family time, weekends or certain days, it was family time. Like we go out to eat, we go out to have fun.
Wow.
So as a kid, he raised me. I was 6 years old taking tires off of child labor. Just kidding. You know, but like he was training me work ethic. I'd go in there and like take the wheels off of tires. He's like, damn, this kid's strong, 6 years old. But you know, I did my thing. I grew up here, and then 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, we went to DR because he had a business in DR. He had a gas station in DR. So he had to attend his business and he had to do what he had to do. So we decided to move out there. And during that time, aprendí mucho español, so learned a lot of Spanish.
Nice.
Went to school at a nun school, which they're very strict.
Get out of here.
So my
Was
fourth...
that in Monción?
So I did 4th, 5th, and 6th grade in Dominican Republic en Atomayor del Rey.
Oh,
Y
shit.
la profesora mía era una monja en la escuela de la monja.
God.
Yeah, she was a nun.
I heard-
And she was very, very strict. But she was very kind and nice. Ariel was her name. She was beautiful.
Ariel.
She was like an awesome, like, she was like an angel, bro. She was like an angel teacher, like extremely sweet to us, like bien dulce, bien amada, like,
Wow.
she was so nice to us. Then my other teachers were cool. I don't remember their names.
Because they weren't that cool.
They were cool, but I don't remember
Not
their
as
names.
much as
Ariel
Ariel.
was cool. She was a great teacher.
I remember
bro.
my teachers, yeah.
And you know, like there I learned a lot. So going back to your question, like how I became that way is because when I was in DR, I always keep those memories close to me. I saw a lot of things in DR. I saw a lot of beautiful things, and I saw a lot of my dad lived in DR during the time, so we had the privilege of being picked up in Atomayor del Rey, and then driving all the way to Santiago. So manejando de Atomayor del Rey a Santiago. That was the distance that we would go to. And my dad would drive from Santiago to go pick us up.
Where's
because that's how
Atomayor?
much. So Atomayor del Rey is on the east side of Dominican Republic. It's on the east side of the island.
Where Puerto Plata is?
East side where Punta Cana is, close to Punta Cana, on top of San
excuse
Pedro
me.
Macorís.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, whoa.
That's
the
far.
west side,
So
right.
dad used to drive like 4 or 6 hours to get there. And then
He
he'd
did
drive
that?
us back to Santiago.
He made sure.
Every other month. So he always showed that love. But during that experience, we got to see the country. And it was amazing. It was beautiful, but
You were
sad
there
too.
with your sister?
Yeah, with my sis. But my sister, she doesn't remember as much because she was younger.
Yeah.
But I do. I remembered it vividly. I don't even have to close my eyes. It was like I was on full record the whole experience.
Wow.
It's really creepy. Like, those are memories that have like stamped on me. Because in DR, I saw so much. Coming from America, where I lived comfortably in a house that there's a shop next door, stepfather work, and we're all good. We're pushing through. I get a bus, takes me to school. We're all good. The teacher checks up on me. Teacher checks up on my mom. Everything's good. Food, we go to the supermarket. That's like a minute away. Cool. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Now I go to DR. People don't got asphalt streets.
Right.
I got a classmate with me that she's in 4th grade and she's walking like 6 miles to get to school.
What?
Poder llegar a la escuela.
Wow. 4th grade?
Yeah. And then 5th grade, she was still walking. 6th grade, she was still walking.
Let me ask you a question.
I never seen her again, but I used to admire her.
She must have some freaking legs now.
Bro, she's tall. I don't know if walking a lot makes you taller.
She must be a beautiful, beautiful body, like legs, like
most Dominican girls are beautiful.
Jesus Christ. 6 hours?
Bro, she walked 6 miles, 6 miles, 6 miles. 6 miles, yeah.
What did I say?
6 hours.
Oh,
6 miles.
Woo!
She would walk a huge distance because where she lived was deep out of, like, probably more she walked, I think. There's a lot of people struggling in DR, so I saw that. I saw the struggle. I saw what people are going through.
Imagine we could do something about that. If we could, do,
Allá se pasa mucho trabajo, especialmente para los estudiantes.
Yeah.
Los estudiantes en la República Dominicana, all those students, they don't have the access of MTA. Like, so many people complain about MTA.
Well, that's a New York thing. Let me just tell you something. It's a New York thing.
It works. But, like, there's also buses.
You go to Florida, and it's horrible, bro.
Yeah, I know. Y entonces en la República Dominicana no hay ese sistema para los estudiantes. Los estudiantes pasan mucho trabajo.
It's a political move, right?
Yo conozco gente que han pasado un trabajo bien fuerte para poder llegar a la universidad. In order to get to college, they got to go through hell. Like, in a bus that's full of 20 people, it's called a bus, but it's really a van.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, with extra rows.
It's amazing what transportation, how it could build and move a whole entire country. If you have really good transportation, good roads, infrastructure.
The other day, I was in New York City. I took the subway.
Nah, man.
In 10 minutes, I was in front of the Freedom Tower. I couldn't believe it. 10 minutes. I was blown away. I was like, wow. Like, what city can you go to and you get on a vehicle that's public? I paid $275. And now I just saved so much time that on a horse or walking, I would spend mad time to get there. And I got there in 10 minutes. And the other day I went to Uptown and it was like 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. I said, wow, if I walked, how many streets is that? For those that don't know, in New York City, like, Midtown is 34. Let's say you go to 200. You're talking about like a huge distance. If you walk that, it would take you hours. And I got there in half an hour. Hours. I'm talking about like 4 hours or 3 hours, whatever, how long it takes you to get up there. If you get into the hundreds, you know what I mean? From 34, it's going to take you hours.
That's crazy.
I don't know what it is. I'm not Google Maps. But being in DR for this experience, like, like, I saw people struggle. I saw people go through shit. And I'm going to share this story, which I keep very deep in my heart that I never forget. Maria.
Let me hear this.
Maria.
Se fue.
Que no se olvide de Maria. Maria was this beautiful human being. Una mujer ejemplar. Trabajadora. Very focused on like doing what she had to do to move forward to help her family. And she was helping my family. My family hired her when I lived in DR for her to keep up with the house. She was housekeeping, helping my mom around the house and stuff. Because in DR, we're spoiled. Not like here, where everybody has to rent, where very few people can afford a home in reality today and day. In DR, everybody has a home, even if it's a little tiny piece of hut whatever it is, they have a home. And you don't gotta be rich to keep it clean.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be rich to be clean. They're all clean.
Yeah.
Even though they're poor. And Maria was someone who was extremely clean and very friendly, very loving, very respectful. She really took care of us. And my sister and I were very well taken care of by her. Attentive like no other and loving always. One day we had to take Maria home. It was raining a lot and her husband couldn't make it. Her husband would always pick her up every day. And my mom says, no, I'm going to take you home. She was like, no, I don't have to. No me lleves. Tú no me tienes que llevar. My mom's like, no, I got to take you. I'll take you. My mom takes her. And we go with her. And when we're on the way to get to her house, you had to cross a river. Yeah.
No way.
You had to cross a river. You had to drive the car through the river to get to the other side of the road.
Never been in that situation.
And I can remember like it was today. Like we were scared to cross the river because it's like a little power. So we had to wait a little bit for the river to go down. And we just thought about it. My mom's like, wow, you have to wait sometimes like for this? She's like, yeah, like sometimes I spend hours here just waiting for the river to go by. So many of us driving home and we're crossing bridges and we're complaining. Meanwhile, those bridges are there because if not, you would have to cross a river. And she had to cross that river and we finally drive the car through the river. It was like a small SUV. We drive it through the river. We get to her house and her house is a small house made out of wood. It has sing on top. Sing is the metal.
Yeah.
Metal ceiling.
You hear it when the raindrops.
When the raindrops, it's beautiful. It's like
yeah.
So she has that house. It's a small house. When we go in there, bro, she has no running water. Her floor was dirt. She had no floors. Her floor was tampered. So what that means is they grab these big flat things and they just tamper to make sure it stays hard and flat. Yeah. She had no floors. She had no running water. She had electricity at least. And she was collecting water from rain sometimes because she had buckets outside. A lot of people in the yard, and a lot of people in the yard do that they can't afford water, so they put buckets outside, and it rains so much because it's a tropical island that those buckets get full of water. And that's what they drink, and that's what they use to shower themselves and stuff. And she didn't have a bathroom. She had an outhouse, una letrina, que tiene su casita y todo.
Yeah.
But she had everything clean. And I never forget her because when I got, and her little house had a kitchen, living room, bathroom. No, a kitchen, living room, and bedroom, right? Small, right? Well, we drive back home, we cross the river, we get home. What hit me that I never forget is that once I got home, I get to the house that we're living, and I go to my room. And when I get to my room, I realize that my room is the size of her house.
Wow.
And that really made me feel like very like humble and sad because I was like, damn, man, like there's so many people that wish they had this, and here's somebody who has such a big heart and has so much love.
Right.
And her house is the size of my room.
That's crazy. And
I always remember that. I've always kept that in mind in my life and and everything.
Yo.
But man, I was so humbled that that I was like, whoa, like I always, because my mom, I love my mom, and my dad too, my families, they've always taught me to be grateful for what you got. You always got to be grateful for what you have because it could always be worse. And when you understand that life is not about your past, it's about the present, and it's about where you're going. The present and where you're going. The past doesn't define you. The past is an illusion. It's the past. You can change yourself today. You could change. You won't change overnight. But if you put effort, you can be a totally different version of yourself.
Absolutely. Better version.
And, I always keep that story in mind because stories like that, I'll keep continuing to give little pieces of myself because there's so many reasons why, what you said, why am I that way? Is because, bro, like people that I've met like that, I've been very grateful to have stories like that to be able to share to others.
That's a freaking story.
So days that I complain or I think about complaining, I remember Maria and I remember what she used to go through. And I'm like, I have a car that has 4 wheels, it's working. Yeah, like something went wrong in electric, or if something turned on, it is what it is. You fix it. Like, don't let that change you. Don't let those things, because we have it really good here. We were very blessed. That's why I'm a proud Dominican American, bro. Like, because we come from a country, Dominican Republic, that has that poverty, and it also has the other version, which is very wealthy, like an extreme wealth that people that are wealthy here look like poor people compared to the ones that are living to their level in DR. Like, that's the level that I'm talking about. So DR and these countries that are not in America, sometimes it's either really poor or really rich. And then there's some people in between. But it's just those 3 kind of scenarios. Like, and then there's maybe a little bit richer, I'd guess, to put in between that. But that's it. It's like a 4 sector. Really poor. Okay, in between, then there's like a little bit rich, maybe a little bit wealthier, and then there's super freaking rich. DR, there's that. Here in America, we have so many varieties. We have the opportunity that even if you were super poor, you have the same opportunity as anybody else to become something different. You could sign up to the university, become somebody. You don't have to go to school to be better. You could go to work as an electrician, become the best electrician. You could go work as a plumber and become the best plumber. Take courses, go to events, connect with people, networking. You'd be amazed how many people invest in yourself. Investing in yourself, because the best investment you can ever make is in yourself. The second investment is in other people.
Period. That's a good one. Yo. Well said there. I really appreciate that. That was a really, really heartfelt story, and it makes sense to how you treat other people and how you can self-evaluate yourself in the blink of an eye, to just pause yourself and be like, okay, hold on a second. It could be a lot worse. Let me just calm down. I like that, bro.
Try to see yourself from the outside in.
Wow.
It's very important.
That was good.
As if somebody's looking at you. Who are you when nobody's looking? Imagine yourself as if there was a camera crew behind you watching you. And then be the best version of yourself. How would you react? How would you behave? Because when you see yourself, you might not be so happy on how you behaved and how you reacted. So if you have that set mind and you have that ability to understand that. And along the way, I didn't have that from the get-go. As long through life, my family experiences, people who've been very supportive that I love. People like you, bro, have brought a lot of value, and I've always become better and always shared the best of me. Yeah. I always treat others how I would like to be treated.
Facts.
That's why it's very, very hard for me to let you in if you're not somebody that I know or someone that is not close, because my circle is very small.
Right.
Very small.
And with reason, you have to have a small circle, because when you have it too big, like I said in the other podcast, it's like keeping up with everybody. It's just too much. So, it's not that you're trying to be a mean person or anything like that, but when you have a short circle, it just shows how many bad people are out there in this world. You cannot let just anybody come in your life. Because
there's a lot of bad people, man. 10 minutes away, I had the fucking Gilgo Beach fucking serial killer. Well, he's not fully accused, but the guy is definitely guilty with all this evidence.
Come on.
Nuts. Bro, he's living amongst us. Like, I'm ordering a bacon, egg, and cheese. This guy's right behind me. Like, this is fucked up. Like, some people talk about this, and it feels like a movie around here in Long Island. Like, it's no joke. This guy lived 10 minutes. Like, I know. It's kind of fucked up that I'm saying that, but...
Nah, it's true.
It's crazy. And what's crazier is that he might have not done the other 6 or 7 bodies that are left.
But he has to be
But he's accused
Connected.
of 3 of them. Like, they got evidence, but the 4th one they're getting more evidence for.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, that'd be great to elaborate on all that stuff, but I'm pretty sure we don't have that much time to
Yeah, I know.
go into those spectrums. But we could definitely get into them. Yeah.
Probably on the next episode.
Yeah.
We could talk about that.
Yeah, let's say it. Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
having experiences is what life's all about. That's why I was so excited to always meet people that are older than me. And I'll throw more experiences that I had in DR, like horseback riding.
That's hot.
My stepfather, he bought me a horse, which was really cool. And it was actually a really nice horse. It was paso picado con paso fino. It was a mixture. So the horse walked very, like, turn. A lot of people don't know this, that horses have certain culture and certain movement, and they all behave in a certain way that depending where they're from.
That's crazy.
So Arabic horses, paso fino, they all walk like this very like elegant tappy kind of walk.
What the
where
heck?
it walks like very smooth, and the horse lifts his tail up and everything, and like the horse has like this certain posture, like thinks
That's
he's
crazy.
like he's very like an arrogant kind of like. Then you have paso picao, which paso picao is like a mixture of paso fino with
But where
paso
that horse
troton.
comes from? Where?
So there's different. Paso troton is more like more
Like-
hard. Like he'll
like he's from like
he'll
the
break
hood?
your balls, bro.
Like he's from
Like
the
boom
hood?
boom. No, like it's all upon like the species. Like the horse species. It's very interesting. And then paso fino, paso picao, like there's different type of walks that these horses do. So my horse was like paso fino with paso picao, which means he walked like he tried to walk like
Good.
good, like a little too like
Yeah.
smooth, and then he would also walk very good at the same time. So he had like this very
That's crazy. I
he
never
had
knew
a
about
very
that.
good walk. Yeah, and he was black as night. So
no way.
se llamaba
Is he alive still?
Media Luna. No sé. I don't know. I never got to see him again because I was a kid once I came back.
That's crazy.
So I only did 4th, 5th, and 6th in DR. But
How long do horses live for?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a very good question. But like having a horse in my life, it
That's
taught me a
crazy.
lot because
Yeah.
I saw how much that animal ate. I saw the care for that animal. I got to experience connecting with him. Because my horse
That's
was very
crazy.
picky. Nobody could get close to him except me. I was one of the only people. He'd get a little crazy. Like
Really?
like the guy who trained the horse and me were the only people that he would let anybody get close to.
That's crazy.
He get angry if anybody else got close to him, and especially my stepfather's horse, the Paso Fino. He was Arabic. That horse, bro. Only my stepfather, me, and the guy who trained it could ride that horse. Nobody else could ride that horse. If you got on that horse would go ape shit. He would go fucking get the fuck off me, like crazy. He would only respect us. Like
Wow.
it was really weird. Like they connect these horses connect this bond with you. And that's what life is. That's why every animal is alive. Every single spider, every single ant. There's birds here. I feed birds here in Long Island. I feed them. Sorry, some people don't like to feed them. I feed them. I pay $11 a week for a bag of food, a 20-pound, and they down that. And we got tropical parrots around here in Long Island.
Get out of here.
And here in the South Shore, we got these tropical parrots. And, bro, they travel on cruise, the monk parrots, along with crows, along with all these other species, along with cardinals and blue jays. I feed them. And it's amazing when you see them eating and how they move and how they interact with each other.
That's beautiful.
And when they see me, they know me. So sometimes they're okay with it, me being there.
Wow.
Somebody else comes, they run away, they'll fly away.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So nature is alive. We got to
Yeah.
connect with it. It makes you more
100%.
human. We forget that human touch because of society. When I say society, there's so many levels to it because it's a blindness of our existence.
For sure.
Because this is just temporary. Life is an experience.
Life is an experience, and it's also like I feel like life is like it's a portal. Like, you know, you're here in flesh, and then when you die, you go somewhere else.
Yes, sir.
I feel like oh man, if I were to elaborate right now with how I'm feeling, like I feel like maybe we're just old souls reincarnated, you know, which we have to take the charge and always up our soul spirit to where the potential where it should be, you know. Don't let it just die.
Amen. That's what it's all about. Like life is an evolution.
You know,
it's all about evolving, bro.
That's crazy.
Life is seasons. People don't forget that. Some people want to be young forever. No. You were a toddler for a certain amount of time. You were a teenager for a certain amount of time. You're now an adult for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're an elderly for a certain amount of time. And then you're going to be dead way longer than you were alive. Because there's more dead people than there are alive. Just always remember that.
Facts.
Life
You're going to be dead more longer than you're alive. Remember that. Whoa! First time hearing that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So appreciate. Your heart only beats so many times. There's so many days. If you calculate the amount of days, what is it? It's like 36, 37,000 days if you live to 100. Why are you wasting them thinking about it and not taking action?
Facts.
When I found that out, that snapped my brain. I think that's when my life changed, when I found stuff like that out, because I started taking action every day. That after I'm done with what I got to do for my responsibilities, I then take action into my dreams and goals and what I got to do. You know?
Yeah.
Miguel, it's been such a pleasure, bro.
Bro. The pleasure is mine.
We didn't even get to talk about so many other things.
Nah,
like always, it never ends.
You know what? But there'll be a next time. Si Dios quiere en la Virgen.
Si Dios quiere.
Si Dios quiere, nosotros.
There's always going to be a next time. It's never going to stop.
You know.
If you don't like it, hit dislike. We'll take that too. But please hit like. Please like, share, and subscribe. We have more episodes coming soon.
For sure.
Scott will be on the show soon.
Yes.
We've had some rescheduling issues.
But it's all right.
We've had a lot of fun too with trial and error.
A lot of fun. We got to meet him. You got
to interact a lot with Scott.
It was too much fun.
Our next guest, which is a professional police officer.
Yes.
Who actually trains people.
He's a gentleman and he's a scholar.
Yeah.
He actually shows a little bit too much love, and he knows that it's never enough love to show. He just gives it all. He puts it all in there, and he marinates it, and he just he also simmers with it too. He'll like bathe himself with it. That guy,
I got that from him.
Yeah,
he definitely set that vibe up, and I'm really excited to re-record with him for us to create this next episode. That's with him
coming up,
because we have such good context. So many great people coming on the show. We got a list of guests lined up that are good value people that are going to explain to you experiences of life. So. This is what we're doing here, sharing our experiences and love with you guys.
For sure.
Like, share, and subscribe, and tune in for our next episode. Miguel, thank you once again, my brother.
Yeah, you got that, bro. For sure.
Siempre.